Good morning, Prescott Valley, and welcome to Council Conversation. My name is Brenda Dickinson, and I am one of your town council members. This morning, I'm privileged to have Brad Clifford, our Yavapai College athletic director, with us to discuss with us all of the programs that are going on and the exciting things that they have coming up in the future. Good morning, Brad.
Good morning, Brenda. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. We're so pleased to have you here this morning.
Well, it's good to be here. Bright and early and crisp morning in Prescott Valley.
Yes, and so we have a lot of exciting things going on at Yavapai College athletic programs, and we have some slides this morning that we're going to be showing. So before we get started with those, however, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background?
Oh gosh, I'm a Prescottonian, let's just say that. I went to Prescott High School, graduated in '84. It's ironic, I went to Prescott High School. My kids live out here. We went to Bradshaw Mountain High School. My wife works at Bradshaw Mountain High School. And so there's a little bit of friction sometimes when Prescott and Bradshaw plays, but we're Prescott Valleyans for sure. So I've been here since 1982. I've been the athletic director since 2011. I've actually worked at Yavapai College. I played there in '87 and '88, started working there in '89, so I've been there 30 plus years.
Oh my gosh.
I was a women's basketball coach for 15 years, and again, we've had 4 kids here. Minnie and I have four kids here, lived here. All my kids went to school here. All my kids are now gone, so it's Mindy and I at the house, and we're proud to be Prescott Valleyans.
Well, you're very embedded in the community, that's for sure.
For sure.
And a lot of people are familiar with you and know you personally. So tell us a little bit about the athletic achievements that have occurred while you've been the athletic director.
Oh gosh, we've always had a tradition of success there at Yavapai College with athletics alone. And I don't like to think of them as just athletics because we've had a lot of academic success as well. Some kids that have come through there and played athletics at Yavapai College and started their careers. And we've got dentists in town that played soccer at Yavapai College. We got a lawyer in town that played baseball at Yavapai College. We've got teachers. We've got coaches. We got all kinds of people that have started at Yavapai College. You know, I've always said that Yavapai College, and having gone there myself, and that's where I started, it changes the trajectory of lives for kids. It's a great place to start. First of all, it's cheap to go to school there. You know, cheaper than going to ASU. Now, I went to ASU and I paid a lot of money to do that, but you can get the same education your first couple of years going to Yavapai College and not paying as much money. So it changes the trajectory of years of lives. And so we've had a lot of success with student athletes coming through there and being successful after their athletic careers. But while they're here, they've done some incredible things. We've won region championships, conference championships, district championships. In 2016 was our last national championship. We won baseball national championship. So we've really done some great things. Overall, we've won 15 national championships at Yavapai College in our short term as being an athletic department. So we've had a lot of success, but I'm more impressed with the success that our kids have had after Yavapai College and after their playing career has gone on. So those are the kids that I'm really impressed with.
It is very impressive, what you were just saying about them going on from the college to become substantial individuals in our community as well. Yes. So why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about the programs? We'll start with the slides.
You bet. Well, so we've hired in the last, Brenda, it's been a tumultuous last 3 months, let's say. We've lost 3 coaches within the last 4 months. And prior to school starting, in fact, one coach left a week before school started. And took another job, granted, went off to a university and took that job. So, good luck to him, and I'm glad he did that. But we've had to replace 3 coaches in the last 3 days, 3 months. And so it's been kind of a tumultuous couple months for us. But we've added all new coaches from 2 years ago. We've had retirements with Mike Pantaleone, he's a legend soccer coach. We've had just coaches that have gone to do different things. We've kind of we've got a different program going as far as what direction we're going to go. We're going to do a lot of fundraising. We're going to reach out to the community more. We're going to offer more scholarship to local kids. So we're going to do a little bit different model than we've done in the past. And some of these coaches didn't want to, do that model, so they decided to go somewhere else. More power to them. So we've hired 7 new coaches. We've added basketball this year, which I'm super excited about. And so it's been a tumultuous 3 months, but we're on our track now. And so if we go back to the slide, I think our first coach there is going to be Chelsea Lucas, and she's our new women's volleyball coach. She started on a Sunday. She drove in on a Sunday. School had started. She practiced on Monday and played on Tuesday. So she came in here, feet to the fire, and she's a fireball herself. They didn't win a lot of games because they also had players leave. When the other coach left, the players left. So she didn't have time to recruit because she started so late. So she ended up playing with 8 players. She ended the season with 6 players because of injuries. You only play 6 players in a game, in a volleyball game. And so she did a great job. They won their last game of the season, which we're excited about, and that's going to give her momentum going into the recruiting year. But Chelsea Lucas comes from a long history of coaching at the NCAA Division I level, the Division II level. We're excited to have Chelsea here, and hopefully she's going to be here for the long haul. Our next coach, she doesn't have an assistant coach right now, and she's done this without an assistant coach as well. So we're trying to get her assistant coach hired as well. Our next coach is Rosie DeWeese, and she's our veteran. Rosie has been here for 2 years, and we call her a veteran. Her first year, and she initiated the women's soccer program here at Yavapai College, which was so needed. We had men's soccer, we needed to have women's soccer. And with the success that both Bradshaw Mountain and Prescott High School have had in girls soccer, we needed to have a soccer team. And she's done a good job of recruiting local kids. She's got a lot of local kids on her team. Her first year, last year, they went to the playoffs. They lost in the region championship game, so she did a great job last year. This year, we were 1 game shy of doing that. She had a better winning percentage this year, but she was 1 game shy of going to the region championship. So Rosie DeWeese does a great job with her. Her assistant, with the kids, her assistant is Keely McLachlan, and she's been there for 2 years. Super a spark plug herself. She's going to be a good head coach someday. We're going to plug her for a head coach. Our next coach is going to be Chris Hauser. Now, he's only been with us for a year, and I brought him specifically in for a couple things. First of all, he's a former Major League Soccer player, so he knows the soccer game. But he's also a community guy. He's also an outreach guy. He's a fundraiser, and so he's busy out doing that and recruiting. They lost in the championship game, region championship game this year by 1 point. It was 2-1. We had our chances, and Arizona Western went on, and they're actually playing today or tomorrow, I believe, in the national championship semifinals. So we had a chance. We coulda, woulda, shoulda, but we were 1 point shy of doing that. His assistant is Ryder Vanderheiden, and he actually is a local guy that. Some people might recognize him from the Raven. He worked at the Raven, but he's our assistant coach. So we're excited about what the soccer program is doing, where it's going, and again, a lot of things that the kids, former soccer players, have done after soccer, especially from the Mike Pantaleone years. I mean, again, teachers, coaches, lawyers, dentists, doctors, and just where they've started has been fantastic. Our next coach is going to be, if I believe it's on the screen, Kevin Lewis. Now, this one's interesting. This is
the one I want to hear about.
I tell you what, when they came to me, the NJCA, which is our national organization, National Junior College Athletic Association, they started this esports league in across the country. And it came across my email, and I was like, no, not even going to think about that. And then my president and my vice president my bosses came to me and they said, we want to do this. And I said, really, come on. This is video games. Are you kidding me? My son played video games, and I got on him for playing too much video games, right? And so, but he said, no, we want to do it because it's going to be an enrollment driver. And I thought, you're right. Because kids, what do they want to do now?
Yeah.
They want to play video games.
Right.
If we got them over to the school to play video games, but then go to school also, they're not going to sit at home and just play video games. They're going to have to be eligible to play video games, and they're going to go to school. I think that's a win-win for everybody right there.
Oh, yeah.
So we hired Kevin Lewis as our esports coach, and he has done a fantastic job of recruiting locals. And what does an esports coach do?
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. I don't know how to play the video. I used to play Pac-Man, so that's a long time ago. You know, I haven't played the Hearthstone and what they're playing now, Rocket League and those type of things. Yeah. But he organizes them, and we've got an arena, we call it, and the kids come up there, and it's busy every day. They have to be in 12 credits of classes. They have to pass those classes, and then they get to play video games. And as a matter of fact, we've got a young man. I say young man, he's about 30 years old, but he's a national contender and ranked in this one specific game. And if it wasn't for that, he wouldn't be going to school. And so it was an enrollment driver, and it's a great opportunity for him to finish his education, start his education, and go on and do something different. So we're excited. He's, like I said, he's undefeated right now, and he's doing a great job. So that's Kevin Lewis, our esports coach. Our next coach is Gerard Carmichael. He's our women's basketball coach. We just started with basketball this year. I was the former women's basketball coach when it was cut. And those were hard days, I'm going to tell you. But I'm excited to bring it back. And Gerard's doing a great job. He comes from a long line of coaching at the Division I level. His assistant coach is Ryan Walcott, and actually played basketball at UCLA. He's doing a great job with those young ladies, and they actually are playing this weekend. I believe up in Utah this weekend. So he does a great job. Our next coach, and I think it's our men's basketball coach, is Jay Joyner. Jay Joyner, again, they just started the season, and he's reinitiated the program, resurrected the program. He comes from a long line of coaching as well, Division I level, stands about 6'8", just a tall man, and he demands respect on the sideline, obviously, being that size. But he's done a good job with the kids, bringing them in, and they've started, like I said, started the season. And he's got an assistant, Corbin Graham, and locals may remember him. He played at Prescott High School basketball, so he's doing a great job with them as well. Our next coach is going to be Callie Pugh, and she took over a week before school started. And I shouldn't even say that, it was a week after school started. And so she really was left with what was left of the team. And so a lot of those players, when the coach left a week early prior to school starting, they went with him or went somewhere else. And so Callie was left with probably about 5 players. And you can't play softball with 5 players. No. So she knew coming in, she understood her assignment. She's got to come in and recruit, get some kids in here so we can play softball in the spring. And she's worked hard recruiting, getting the kids ready, and we're going to have a team in the spring. And she's just a little fireball herself. She was a National Player of the Year when she played at in an NAIA school. And then her assistant is J.D. Borson. People may remember her. She was actually played softball for us about 4 or 5 years ago, and she was the National Player of the Year in the NJCAA. So we've got a couple of National Players of the Year on the coaching staff, and we're excited about them and what they're going to do in the spring. Our next coach is going to be Patrick Woods, and he came in late. He came in at the end of September, early October. School had already started. We lost about 10 or 15 players because they all left because the coach left. But Patrick came in excited, fired up. He comes from Texas. He's got that big old Texas personality. Oh, he's a wonderful man. And you talk about, you can call it what you want, call it what you think. But we spent a lot of time on this one. This is a big hire for us, and I think divine intervention was in on this one because he turned it down and then called me the next day and said, "No, I want the job." And let me tell you, when he turned it down and the time he said, "I want the job," don't think I wasn't praying to somebody or something for him to change his mind. And he did change his mind. We're excited to have him. He's got a team ready for the spring. He's got an assistant coach, Chris Delgado, again, a spark plug, played for him. So we're excited about the coaching staff and excited about what we were going to do this spring, this winter and this spring. Because we do have basketball going on right now. And then, like I say, in the spring, we'll have the two, I should say basketball and esports going on right now. And then we'll have softball and baseball going on in the spring.
Now, can the public attend any of these games?
Oh, please do. We want you to. Come. Our schedules can be found on our website, www.goroughriders.com. and then you can see all the schedules there. You can click on each sport. They'll have rosters. They'll have schedules. We've got camp information. We're going to be doing camps. We got places where you can donate. So anything you need is on that site. We encourage you to come out and watch us play. Our big next game and our big next event is going to be November 30th. And that's against, we're going to be playing Eastern Arizona College, which is a big rival for us. They're a Division I opponent just like we are. But we are going to be having a big welcome basketball back, our first home conference games in 11 years. So it's kind of, it's touching for me for that to happen, but it's touching for the community. So we want to fill the gym, fill the Storm Center, we're calling our gym, and get as many people as we can. There is a fee. We do charge $7 for adults to come in, $5 for regular students, and $5 for senior citizens, $5 for veterans. And then 6 and under are free. Any YC staff, faculty, or students with ID, they're actually invited to the games for free. So we've got plenty of room. We'd love to have you, especially November 30th. Our games start at 5:30. The men's basketball starts first at 5:30. Women's basketball at 7:30. And then Saturdays it's actually 2 and 4, so it's an afternoon game. So you can come to the game and then go to dinner later, right? So no, it'll be fun.
Yeah, a full evening for a family.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little about the fundraising.
Well, we're reallocating some money that to go to different parts of the programs, and so we want to. Our coaches and myself especially, we're going to fundraise for scholarships for any out of county students we get. Obviously, with in-county students, we can get the Promise program at Yavapai College. You can go to school and get it paid for at the end of graduation. We've got local scholarships, athletic scholarships that we can give out. So we want to go to the community more than anything else. Any out-of-county scholarships, though, we're going to be raising money to do that. Now, you got a baseball team of 30 players. Quite frankly, there's not 30 players in the county that want to stay and play. They want to go do something else, which I was one of them. When I went to school here, I didn't want to stay here. I wanted to go somewhere else. And so you're not going to get 30 players to stay and play from Yavapai County. So we do need to go outside a little bit to be competitive with that. So any scholarship money that we offer to out-of-county student athletes, we're going to fundraise for that. So we're busy doing that in a number of ways. We're going to be, obviously, that's what some of our gate fee will go to. We're doing some other fundraising things, camps. We're going to do a lot of camps. So some things like that are going to help us fundraise for those scholarships. We're going to play some games in the Verde. We haven't done that in a while. We played a volleyball game in the Verde Valley, and we've got a campus over there. We got a campus here in Prescott Valley. So we played a volleyball match over there this last year. We've played soccer out here, Prescott Valley. So we're trying to get into the community, into the different communities where Yavapai College obviously has a presence. And so, we're probably not going to go down to Black Hen City or Mayor or anything like that to play games, but we're going to go to these different venues and do some clinics and play some games if we can.
Well, you have a full program coming up this next year. It looks like it's going to fill up the next 10 years.
We hope so. Yeah. That's the plan, right? We want to keep the train rolling. Yeah. We've had such great success with our athletics, and I'm such a big proponent of junior college, community college. I started there myself, played basketball there back in '87, '88. My kids went there. I tell you what, my Annie, Annie. My Annie started at Yavapai College, and she didn't know what she wanted to do. I took her over to the college and had her meet with one of our advisors over there, one of our great advisors, Tanya Sheldall. She sat her down and said, "Annie, what do you want? What do you like to do?" Well, I like to dance. I like to do stuff like that. We're going to get you in a Zumba class. She got her in a Zumba class. What do you like to do? I like to write. We're going to get you in a creative writing class. And I'll be darned if she didn't succeed over there. She was in 2 plays over there. She was dancing. And it was a kickoff to her college career. And I just credit Yavapai College and credit the people over there at Yavapai College for her success.
Yes, I actually saw her in Beauty and the Beast, and she was just fantastic.
It was great, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
It was a great production.
Brad, we could talk for another 30 minutes
Absolutely.
about everything that's going on at Yavapai College and in the athletic program, but we only have a few seconds left. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we want to thank our viewers for watching Council Conversation. We appreciate you tuning in, and we hope you have a blessed Thanksgiving and a wonderful day.